So this was our big move today to the downside right here. And then we had this move to the upside. It took a kind of, it took a little while to get going on this and all, but I mean, this is a clear shift to the upside. The only thing that really kind of made this struggle a little bit is we had a lot of overhead resistance right here. We had yesterday's close, we had pre-market low, we had the 20 right here, and we had VWAP right here. And then also most of the day, we've had the 20, no, I'm sorry, we've had the 200 period moving average right here in our sights. And we've been, looking at that. We played around with it, broke through it, came back to it, broke through it. Then we kind of came back here at the end of the day. And so we ended up right here around the 200. So we just kind of went up and down, up and down, up and down. And we ended up right here. So the 200 was really kind of a player as far as, a level for us most of the afternoon and this morning too. So look at your indicators. We had the yellow dots right here coming out, here pre-market, we were blue right here. And then we started going yellow. We got pink ticks. Once we got that, we started having Momo pushing down, negative momentum. This is what I was talking about. We have positive momentum here, and then you got these dark green bars. That means that you got positive momentum, but it's getting less and less positive. And it actually came down, flattened out here, didn't go into compression on the 5-minute, but then it started moving on down. So we started getting, less and less positive. Finally went to the 0 line right here, and then we started getting negative, bright red bars. And then that was the continuation and the follow through of this down move right here. We had a sea of yellow. RSI was pointed down. Cycle oscillator was pointed down. So kudos to anybody that took this move with us this morning. And then, after that one was done, then we put in a green bar, right? Let's see. Did we get a green bar? Yeah, we got a green bar right here. It was vertical, but then see, we've got another green bar over here right now. You can see that. So once we get another green bar downstream of this goes away and we get this horizontal green line right here. So, right here, we put in a green bar. Now this is the 5-minute. We'll go down to the 2-minute and the 3-minute SPX and look at those a little bit for where we actually, took trades off of. But I mean, the thing is that you get the same thing off of the 5-minute. You get the same thing off of the 3-minute, same thing off of the 2-minute. These indicators, they'll work on any time frame that you want to. Calls and puts, Michael likes to use the 2-minute, on SPY. And he's said numerous times lately that, he can use the 2-minute SPY for his anchor chart and then trade SPX off of that, just based on the 2-minute SPY, because it shows the same shifts and everything. And, if you were to do that, you would just be looking at the movement on the SPY. And then whenever you see the signals on that, then you just go to your SPX options and see where price is. And then you take the next, whether it's a shift up or shift down, then you take the next vertical out of the money or just in the money. And that sets it up. And then you just ride price action and trade accordingly. Going from this down move here to the up move where we got the shift right here, it started at 1035. And actually, when I was in this trade, I took my trade at 1017 this morning, which is going to be like back around right here. And I was looking at this coming down. If you guys remember us talking about it, so when we came down, going in 10 o'clock, I was looking for a pull, looking for a shift to the upside, but we didn't get it. And what I was looking at was this pullback. We got this, it failed. We had the level right here. And then, coming into 10 o'clock, which is right here, I said, well, let's see what it's going to do. We got this candle, looked good, but then it failed. And then once it failed, it took out the green candle here, right here. We had, had a reversal candle right here and then a continuation. And then once it did that, I said, well, I'm going to take a chance on the downside because and we still had yellow dots. We had pink ticks. RSI was pointed down. Cycle oscillator was pointed down. Momo was pointed down. I said, it looks like it wants to go on down. So I'm going to jump on the down train. And I took that. And then we went on down here. So, and that trade worked out. And then we hit this low down here, which I think if we went back to that, see, that was a kind of a consolidation period back here from Friday. And I think we even talked about that when we were going down looking for levels. And we got down to this level here. And I said, okay, let's see what's going to happen. And then we started reversing here. And then we came back up to pre-market low right here. And we bounced around that. It held for a while. You know, it looked like it was going to reject and come back down, but it still held. So, you know, we just kind of had to wait. And then we started getting blue dots and everything. I didn't get to take any of this right here. And this was kind of slow action because it was kind of getting ready to go into the lunchbox and all like that. And we had the 200 right up here. You had the low of the 15-minute opening range right here. So, I mean, there was a lot. All of our moving averages, they were really, really just kind of flat right here. So, you know, I was not interested in any of this, even though Momo is, you know, pointing up. We had blue dots, but look at our RSI. It was just sitting here up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And we talked about that too, you know, and I think I actually drew probably a bird cage around this and said, I'm not really going to be interested unless we can break out of this. And it took us a while to, but whenever it broke, you know, it kind of did, and it pulled back, and it, you know, it kept stair stepping up. And then this was kind of a walk up afternoon here after, you know, after we came out of lunch, and then we kind of faded a little bit. So that's overall what happened right there.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.